Archa Theater is theater founded founded in the 90s to serve for the artists to create their own projects. So it means that whoever works for Archa Theater gets a chance to work in the empty space and come together with artists he wants to work with. And Archa is also the theater inviting important and well-known and inspiring groups from all over the world, from dance world, from theater world, and from early 90s, Andrei Rapp, who's director of Archa Theater, succeeded to bring people like Peter Schumann from Berner Puppet Theater, or Robert Wilson, then important groups, European ones, mainly dance groups like DV8, Wim van der Keebus, Ultima Ves. Also music, they represent many levels of any kind of art. I realized that we, us as citizens of Czech Republic, we barely know that there are refugee camps there. So we were like, okay, what can we do as a theater people? So we, that time, we were collaborating with Dutch theater group, Dochtrup, and the beginning of our work in refugee camp was connected to that group. But they fell apart, they finished their work, and it was us who took over because we already started and you get tied to those people living in the camp. But we were really the first people in Czech Republic who entered the camp with the goal to invite the local people living behind the fence into the camp. So we had to persuade the authorities, the Ministry of Interior, and really to explain what we want to do. And we always wanted to involve inhabitants of the refugee camp into the artistic process and bring audience over to the camp, which we succeeded. It was absolutely unbelievable.
We are very happy that we have as a partner here in Pittsburgh the City of Asylum, which work in fact in similar way with writers, and we are happy that they are ready to make this step with us, to make this cooperation on the stories of normal refugees which are not writers, and we can make through the theater these stories alive. And important for us is also that we are able to make this site-specific work, this site-specific installation of these stories here in the neighborhood of the City of Asylum, because they have already several houses as residencies for writers, also for their office. There are many gardens and some empty places in between the houses. So I think that the nice thing about this project is that it's no writers, they are not giving a reading somewhere in a space or in a garden, but that we are able to put these stories very lively over theater in these empty places or gardens here in the neighborhood. And I'm very curious what kind of impact that will have if the neighborhoods, the people which live here are excited about it, that it's a new way of telling stories. Also a new activity of a City of Asylum, and maybe it's also for them a new way then to look at their neighborhood, because I know from many site-specific projects that sometimes for the people it's exciting that they remember, oh yes, here on this meadow was happening this funny story, and they have a different emotional relation to the place where they live.
The only thing we can really do is do something new in a way that's ours. So for people that come from, that are very, in a way, understandably tied to their musical backgrounds, it's a challenge because you have to let go in a way of wanting their music to be played in an authentic manner. We can't do that. We don't try to. But there's something expansive in that you can let loose and let go of that, because that, you can always find people to do that. There's so many great musicians in the world that can play any kind of music perfectly. We're a really imperfect musical band. We play everything not perfectly, and there's something liberating in that. But what we come up with, we're really tied to and in love with, and so it's our own kind of perfection that we create. And it definitely has. It definitely owes what it is to all kinds of different traditions, but we don't try to reproduce those traditions, in a perfect way. So it's for people that in our band, it was an evolution of coming to terms with what the band was and what it is and what it could do and what it couldn't do.